Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well, day or night, whenever you tune in and see this. So, this is going to be a general reading for water sign Scorpio. I did not forget about you guys, so sorry for the delay. But yes, this is going to be a general reading so we can cover everything like love, work, family, health. If you are not a sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, Scorpio, since we all have all 12 zodiac signs throughout our chart, I always encourage everyone to check out their other placements because depending on what's going on in your life, you may resonate more with your moon sign or your sun sign or your rising sign. So, also wanted to say that first of all, if you're new, welcome, and even if you're not new and you're coming back, welcome back. I do take one photo of all the cards here. If you want to check it out after the live, you can just click in the description box below and follow the instructions there on how to see the video. What else was I going to say? Oh, yes, this reading is timeless, right? For some people, this reading may resonate 6 months in the past, 6 months in the future, a year in the past, a year in the future, days, weeks, minutes, hours, etc. Okay, it will be different for everybody since it is a general reading. But the idea is that time is fluid and relative. So whenever you come to this reading, hopefully it is meant for you and you get something from it. All right. I think we went through everything in the beginning, kind of to cover a few bases. But yeah, we're going to get into your reading here, Scorpio, in just a moment. I do want to do a quick little sound bell here for some general healing and grounding for the reading for you and for me. So just be aware, oops, that wasn't it yet, that it does get loud. Okay. And if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out, or you can just listen. All right. That was a horrible one. Hold on. That never happens. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, Scorpio. Sorry about that. The first one, I don't know what happened, but we got the point there, right? To take a deep breath in and out, ground yourself, right? Think of your legs as roots to a tree. Okay, all that good stuff. All right, so let me put this over here, and oh yes, set the timer. Okay, and then yeah, if you are new, I do have. I usually keep a little bit of music in the background just for my dogs. Sometimes their Chihuahua side comes out. So that will be in the background. I'm not texting or checking my messages. I'm just basically turning the music up and down depending on how loud it is and if there's a commercial or something. Okay. So anyway, Scorpio, your reading here is very interesting. One quick note, you do have a repeating card here in your reading. So that's pretty cool. You also have 6 major arcanas here, which really speaks of change. And you have a lot of growth here in your reading, I would say. You know, well, actually, let me see here. I wanted to count. I think you have, well, you have the 6 major arcanas. Then you have 3 swords cards. You have a wands card, you have a cup card, and then you have a pentacle. So it's kind of all of them, right? Wands, cups, swords, pentacle. So yeah, you probably have actually every minor arcana showing up here in your reading, right? So the minors are the cups, the swords, the pentacles, and the wands, okay? So sometimes if you just have swords or you just have swords and cups, it can give you like an underlying sense of some stuff going on in the reading. But since you have pretty much each one, it's not like a particular note. So just kind of ignore that little part there. Okay. But it's good to know, right? A lot of times, sometimes if there's a minor arcana missing, it can speak more than actually the cards that are on the table. So that's good to know too. If you're interested in tarot or you like to learn and stuff. Okay, so anyway, you're like, get to my reading already. We're going to start here in the center, Scorpio, with your first 6 cards, and then we'll go in order and talk about your tarot confirmation cards as well that I use from another deck. I'm using 2 different decks. And then at the very end, we will get into your oracle cards as well. Okay, so this first row that we're going to start with here in the center is energy starting around January 3rd. It can be a little bit before, a little bit after. It's not exact. So going through this week that we kind of are still in, right, since it's Friday, depending on where you are in the world and when you're watching this. But is this first row is the first week and weekend of January, and then it's the same kind of idea for the second row here. So that would be the second week of January till about January 16 or so. Again, it's not exact, okay? So I'll go ahead and call the cards here, and then we will go in order. So you have the World card in the right side up position here. You have the Hanged Man in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune right side up, the Judgment card right side up, and the Ten of Swords right side up. So also another note to keep in mind while you're watching this reading, if you're like, this doesn't resonate, it could be more about the person that you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with, or a general environment situation, or it just doesn't resonate. And that's why I tell people to check out their other placements, right? So yeah, you start off in this really beautiful energy here, though, Scorpio, whether it's you or someone else, general environment situation, right? But you have the World card as your first card here. And this could be picking up a little bit of recent past energy that's still lingering around. And what is the recent past? You have to ask yourself that. It'll be different for everyone. A couple of days ago, months, weeks, hours, minutes, years, etc. Okay, but here it is, your first card, the World card in the right side up position. So this is about carving something out of nothing. The world is full of possibilities, right? You see the point of view of the world, right, from like a satellite image or an astronaut, okay? So then you see all of space around it, and it's just in the center here, okay? So this is like this beautiful form, momentum energy, positive energy, starting fresh, new beginnings, okay? Excuse me, I do want to go ahead right now before we get too deep into your reading and talk about a couple of the other zodiac signs that I do see here in your reading, Scorpio, in case you're interested in that. So when we start with the World card, we have some Scorpio energy, we have Aquarius energy, we have Taurus and Leo. What else do we have? We have Libra energy later on in the second week. We have some Pisces energy from the way, way back past that we'll talk about later. We have Capricorn energy in the way, way back past as well. And a little bit of Gemini as well. Right? Is that right? I think so. But you do have a repeating card here, so you could maybe count it as double Scorpio energy, double Aquarius energy, double Taurus energy, double Leo energy. So what does that mean? It means that you could be dealing with someone of those signs, or if not, they have them predominantly in their chart, or you have that predominantly in your chart, right? So you could be a Scorpio, but you could have a lot of placement in Aquarius as an example, or Capricorn or Pisces, etc. Okay, so you can always take a look at the picture later if you want to get more into it and you're not already familiar with tarot, and you can look up the zodiac signs, right? Because I don't read the minors as far as the signs because it just takes too long. But anyway, getting back here to your reading, Scorpio. Now, if this world energy that we start your reading off here, if it's not you, it could be someone around you, or it could be, something from like the recent past that is, you could still be riding on that tail, right? Or riding off of the high of something that was really going well for you in a particular way, or some type of new beginning, or for momentum of positive energy. Okay. So then we come to your second card here, the Hanged One, also known as the Hanged Man, in the reverse position. And this could be energy that's kind of already happened, right, in the middle of this week or so. Again, it's not exact, but it talks about need for you to do more grounding, perhaps, with the other person or multiple people. General environment situation here, Scorpio. But you see this baby in the womb, in the fetus, right? And if it's right side up, it's already upside down. So seeing something from a new perspective. But when it's in reverse, it could be there's a lack of that. It could be someone is not seeing something from different angles or points of view. Or it could just be simply that they need to ground more. What is ground? It's doing things that make you happy, that you love, that are healthy for you, even if it's 10 minutes a day, right? It's trying to get enough sleep, eat the right things, all of those things. Okay. So it could be that you find a little bit of this energy in this first week of January, which makes sense as well as if we're talking about from a more astrological point of view, but also like just a general view of we're in this new calendar year. So it could be that you're just needing a little bit of more rest than normal because you were busy doing lots of stuff for New Year's Eve or whatever it may be. Okay. But along with this, the Hanged Man in the reverse position, I also want to talk about some past energy here. This is where my spirit guides want me to talk to you about this. Okay. So what we have, and this is a little bit of that Capricorn energy I mentioned earlier, right? So we have the Devil in the reverse position on the top of your deck here, and then we have 10 of Wands in the right side up position. So this is saying here, Scorpio, that in the way, way back past, not the recent past, but further back. And again, it will be different for everybody. But it could be that you yourself or the other person, general environment situation, let go of a lot of addictions or a mindset, okay, and wanted to start to balance more of their wild side with their tame side, right? To just have it even. So it could have been that someone was out of control with some kind of addiction in the past. And addiction isn't just drug, alcohol, sex. It could be you're addicted to a certain way of life, a cycle of a point of view, a habit of doing something in a certain way, okay? Different for everyone. But then here, whoever let that go and got more balance with their animal side and their calm side, right? Then they got to the 10 of Wands in the right side up position. And here, this is a completion number, right? 10 being the highest number in the tarot, 0 to 10, let's say, or 1 to 10. All right. And so it is about somebody using their experience and their hard work to now get to a position where they can set those things down a little bit. So you see this older man, right? And he's got white hair and he is almost at the top of the hill. There's a little home or castle in the background. He can take all this heavy burdens off of his shoulders shortly. Okay. It's just like around the corner there. So when we put these two cards together, this past energy, with the Hanged Man or the Hanged One in the reverse position, that's what they call it in this deck. It's basically saying that the reason why you yourself or the other person, general environment, needs more grounding or is lacking being open to looking at something from a new perspective, because maybe they feel like they already learned that lesson and they're tired, right? And they just want to set those wands down, okay? Now, going forward, this energy doesn't last forever. Just like everything has positive and negative and flows up and down, right? It has an ebb and flow. We all go through it. So in your third card here, though, Scorpio, you do have a card in the right positive position here for you. It's the Five of Swords in reverse position. So that means that maybe by the end of this weekend, you're putting some type of mental unrest down, whether it's anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in your head, and you're also trying to appreciate the present moment more. Because when this card's in the right side up position, you see this Japanese woman, right? And she's gathering all these swords, or a boy, it could be a little boy, sorry, I don't know exactly. Japanese person, right? And they're gathering all these swords when they really only need one. But usually there's a figure, one on each side, on other side of the main person. So that represents the past and the future. And so there's too much focus on the past or too much focus on the future and not enough in the present moment. But here, since it came out in the reverse position for you, this is how you want to see this card. It means that you could be now focusing more on the present moment. There is maybe also not as much competitive energy around you, within you, or with whoever you're dealing with as well. Okay, but having more of a mental balance, and that's really nice to see. Like, that's how you want to see that card. All right. Now, going forward here, Scorpio, your fourth card, and this is the second row that we're in. This could be next week for you, perhaps, right? You have the Wheel of Fortune in the right side up position. This is very beautiful here, Scorpio, okay? So this is, again, luck is on your side, positive forward momentum here. It could be that something that wasn't ready to happen in the recent or way, way back past, right, with the Ten of Wands, maybe now in the second week of January, it's now time, right? You've gone through the seasons of waiting for this completion, whatever it is. If it's a leveling up in a relationship, a job, etc., a creative project, whatever, it may be that timing is better, okay, for you to move into whatever this position may be. It may be that you're retiring, right? It could be a lot of different things, but it seems like in the beginning of next week, luck is more on your side here, okay? So very nice. Now moving forward here, Scorpio, you have as your fifth card, the Judgment card in the right side position. So this is here some of that Libra energy I was talking about earlier. I think you have, yeah, you have two Libra cards here. I'll get into the other one later, okay? So it could be that you're dealing with a Libra, or you have a lot of Libra in your chart, or they do, or it means nothing at all, right? Take it only what resonates for you. But this Judgment energy comes in and asks you, perhaps, right, with all this forward momentum that you have from the Wheel of Fortune, and luck is on your side, timing is better, and there's more food. It's maybe ask, do you want to resurrect something? Because the card talks about rebirthing for some people. It poses that question, right? If there's something from the past, whatever it may be. Sorry, let me turn that down with the commercials there. It could be asking you, do you want to revisit that, rebirth it, restart it? Okay, for not everyone, but for some people. But it also kind of talks about if you're going to restart something, revisit something, rebirth it, just make sure it's for the right reasons for you, and it feels fair to you. Because if it doesn't feel fair, there could be a tendency to get into some kind of self-destructive behavior. And you see that with the woman here at the top of the card punching her mirror, the mirror image of herself, right? So it would be like, don't hurt yourself or punch yourself, Scorpio, okay? And it could also be that there's something going on here as far as a legal battle or something, with justice and judgment here. You don't have the Justice card, but you have another card that we'll talk about later that has some kind of similarities to it and a lot of Libra energy. So Libra energy is all about balance, beauty, fairness, right? But it's really like the balance is the main thing. So there could be that also with this new beginning or this new adventure that you're starting, this new forward momentum in the second week of January. It could also be that you're looking for some type of fair, equal balance with something, okay? All right, now before we go forward to your last six card in the main center here, I also want to talk about what is on the top and the bottom of your other deck here, okay? So this is the Ancestral Path deck that I use for the main six. But anyway, this is also way, way back past energy. So a couple months ago, years ago, whatever it is for you, days, right? But you have the Three of Swords in the right side up position, and then you have the Moon card in the reverse position. And when I was shuffling your card, the Moon card kept popping out a couple of times. It didn't come all the way out, but then at the end I was like, oh, there you are. All right, so when we talk about the moon, that could be Pisces energy. Now, stopping right there, if you are watching this, right, there's a lot of stuff that I talked about in a separate video on my channel with the astrology notes for this time period, because we have three placements happening with Neptune, and with Pluto. And Pluto, hello, is your ruler, okay? Scorpio. So when I see the moon card and it kind of hints at that Pisces energy, it could talk about a lot of different things. But to keep it short, I would say if you're interested in that, I would definitely check out the Pisces video because I know I already did it. And you could also check out the astrology notes for this time period if that's something that you're interested in. But anyway, back to the general meaning of these cards showing up here for you. I would say that in the way back past, there was some type of hurt, betrayal, or heartache here with the Three of Swords. It could also have been exhaustion or some type of burnout for some people, right? Everyone would be different. But with the moon card in the reverse position, that's actually how you want to see this card because it's talking about letting go of illusions, getting more information. Right now, you're going to have more light. In the past, it could have been that something was hidden from you or you weren't seeing things clearly because there was a lot of this Pisces creative dream-like energy that you weren't sure what was and that you stopped that or you were starting to come out of that in the recent past. But it kind of talks about that maybe this process isn't quite yet over, right? Nobody wants to hear that, but that's what Spirit, kind of said to me. But there are some other still really good cards, so don't be like, oh man, okay, don't worry too much. But when we talk about this energy here with your last 6 card in the center, you have the 10 of Swords in the right side up position. So this talks about anxiety, worry, overthinking, right? Exhaustion or even depression for some, because you see this person laying down at the bottom and there's a samurai swordsman, Japanese samurai swordsman, standing over top of them that they put all these swords in this person's body, okay? So it's like the mental capacity, the air sign quality, the Libra energy, right? It's just too much, okay? And it could be because that there was a heartache, pain, betrayal, lower vibrational frequencies, excuse me, or even exhaustion, right? Whatever it may be. And you are starting to come out of that energy and get more information on all this stuff, but it seems like a little bit more is still needed to fully switch this because Pisces, sorry, I keep saying that because of the moon card. Scorpio, you're Scorpio. Scorpio, you want the 10 of Swords to be reversed, right? But it isn't quite yet because there's still just a little bit more work that needs to be done. But we do have some really good insights and your tarot confirmation cards here as well. So don't freak out too much, okay, Pisces? Let me just make sure that we have the music on here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your tarot confirmation cards and I'll call them one by one and then we will go in order here. So your first tarot confirmation card is the World in the reverse position. You have 6 of Pentacles in the right side up position and 7 of Cups in the reverse position, okay? So the World card here in the reverse position, this is your repeating card, by the way. I'll show you both of them. One is reversed and it's past, recent past energy, and one is right side up and the more current energies of that first week of January, okay? So just to show you for a second how the two different artists kind of depict the same energy. One is the world that we see, obviously the globe, and then the other one is the iceberg woman hiding inside, carving something out of nothing, alchemy and energy, right? But it came out like this for you. So why is this important? There's usually 72 cards in every tarot deck, so that's 1 in 72 chances that it will come out again, and I do quite a bit of shuffling before I turn on the camera. So it's really a particular message from Spirit and shows how much growth you have in this 2-week time period and even beyond, right? Because in the recent past, you maybe were having a false start to something. It wasn't quite time. You were having a hard time manifesting or having forward momentum, positive energy, okay, in the recent past. But here in the present, you figured it out and you flipped it and now it's going forward. So that's really nice to see. Now, when we talk about this world card, or in this deck, it's called the universe, right? It is confirming the world right side up we just talked about, and it's also confirming the Wheel of Fortune. So it's just saying how much growth you've had, right? Because in the past there was a lot of stagnant energy or some type of blockage, or it just wasn't quite time yet. And now in that second week of January, luck is on your side, okay, and it's your time. All right. Now, where are we going here? Yes. So going forward here, your second tarot confirmation card and another Libra kind of energy is the Six of Pentacles in the right side up position. So here, I hope you can see it. She's holding the balance scales in one hand, and then her other hand, she's offering some coin to some people by the side of the road. So this card does talk about charity, but not only charity as far as giving money to others, but giving of your time, of your energy, helping someone learn a skill or a craft, right? Something like that, okay? But it's also about stacking your abundance because it's not 10 of Pentacles, it's 6, but it's like I'm slowly working. But it also talks about gratitude, right? And what we give out into the universe comes back to us. So if you're able to help someone in some way and it's not a burden on you, whether it's money or something else, if you're able to help someone in some way, and this is past energy, by the way, I forgot to say, it makes you more abundant. It brings, you're paying forward, so then it comes back to you, right? But when the Six of Pentacles in the right side up position is confirming the Hanged One or the Hanged Man in reverse and the Judgment card here, right? It's saying, let me get it straight. It's saying that Scorpio, in the past, maybe something was more balanced and fair and you were comfortable there, okay, with past relationship, past job, past way of doing something. But then in this more current future energies, they were asking you to look at the perspective of someone else. Somebody was lacking, seeing something from a higher point of view, seeing all the pieces to the puzzle, right? Or they could have also, you right here in the Hanged One or the Hanged Man in reverse, could have also really just been exhausted and needed more grounding, taking care of yourself, okay? But when we also put it together with the Judgment card right side up, it's saying, you know, be fair and just to yourself, right? But if things aren't exactly perfectly balanced the way you want it, or you didn't feel like a particular judgment was fair, right? If we talk about stuff with the law or the court system, or even just dealing with other people, right? If there's something that didn't feel or sit right with you, it's just kind of a little bit of a warning to not take it to a self-destructive place. But it's also saying if it doesn't feel fair or just to you or healthy to you, right, all those things, then do you want to restart it? Do you want to rebirth it? Okay, that is your choice. All right. And where are we at? Yes, your last confirmation card, which was so nice to see in your reading. And I kept saying, there's a good card coming for you. Okay, Scorpio. So your last confirmation card is the Seven of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, and this last confirmation card is more future current energies. The first two are usually past energies. Okay. So when the Seven of Cups is in the reverse position, it talks about somebody's coming out of some dark night of the soul energy. Somebody is now ready to make a decision about something, okay? Because when the card is normally right side up, you see this woman looking at all these cups and she's like, which one do I choose? Her hand is out, right? And she doesn't know yet, but it's in reverse. So somebody's now ready to pick which cup they want. They're more clear about cups represent our emotions, right? Emotional fulfillment, contentment, and the tarot. So somebody here is ready to make a decision and be more clear about what makes them happy, content, all of those things. So when we put the Seven of Cups in reverse together with the Five of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Swords, okay, the other two swords cards we have here, this is saying that the more you're able to focus on the present moment here, Scorpio, let down your defenses a little bit, right? Not being completely vulnerable or looking stupid, right? But let them down a little bit and focus on that present moment. Don't be so competitive with yourself and with others. So the more you're able to do that, you're able to now let this anxiety, worry go, overthinking, depression, exhaustion, because now you're ready to make some type of decision. You're coming out of the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul, most healers and even people who don't consider themselves healers will have multiple dark nights of the soul. And it's not fun, for sure, but it is, once it's done and you can look back on it, it's usually for a reason and can help you in your life and learning lessons and moving forward, right? Okay. All right. You can also Google that. You can Google any of this, right? If you check out the picture later, if you want to look more about the dark night of the soul and that kind of stuff. Okay. So that is what I have for you as far as the tarot. And I will again say, I would check out the Pisces video as well, because there's a lot of crossovers there as far as the astrology in this time period. And also I would check out the other video, the astrology notes for this time period, if that's something that you are interested in. But anyway, going forward, because we don't want to take up too much time here, your first oracle card, a little more lighter energy, right? Your love oracle message, whether you're watching for romantic love or platonic love with friends or family, or even self-love, excuse me, or all of those things. One second. Okay. All right. Your love oracle message, sorry, Scorpio, is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. All right. So that's pretty self-explanatory as far as the romantic stuff, right? It says that keep an open mind for your soulmate may be different from the person that your usual type or what you like. You can also apply that to friends, right? Platonic love, or even with family. Let's say you haven't seen some family members for a long time, or you found out about some family that you never knew, whatever it is. It could be, if you keep an open mind, it could bring out more abundance and deeper love, okay? Even if it's platonic love with friends or family. Now, also with its, when we talk about self-love, keep an open mind, right, to loving all of yourself, your shadow sides, your dark night of the soul energy that we were talking about earlier. So keep an open mind and love all of your little parts, okay? That's what I would say. All right, the good and the bad. So moving forward, because that was your love oracle message, this time you got two of the Kalima cards. I've only been usually drawing one for each zodiac sign, but two really wanted to come out. So we're going to talk about your first one here. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, don't worry. But we will do a little bit of the info on the background of this card, and then like a quick little meditation thing or prayer, whatever you want to call it, okay? So this is the Kalima Oracle deck that my good friend got for me. I love. It's by Elena Fairchild. I think I added it to this description box below if you want to check it out. But the way that I was taught about Kalima is that you pray to her for justice so it doesn't affect your karma. So Kalima has all these different manifestations, right? But she embodies the Shakti power, the feminine power energy, right? And you can see how fierce she is in this depiction, right? When she's got the sword in the guy's head, but there's a lot of different depictions, okay? So this one is your first Kalima Oracle card. And hopefully I'm going to say this right. Wait, give me a second. I looked it up this time, you guys, and I even try to do the pronunciation where you can hear it on Google. So hopefully I'm going to say it right. Okay. This is... Okay, give me a second. It is Kuro... Okay. Kuro... Kule. Kuru... Kurukule. Kurukule. Okay, I believe that is right. If it is wrong, please forgive me. Anyway, guys, check out this card. Look how badass she looks. All right, so here, Kalima, you see this red depiction here, and she's got different weapons in each hand. Okay, there's a lot of green in the card. Okay, and this is card number 34 here. All right, so I'm going to just read really quickly a little bit about her. So it says, Kuru Kolile. How did I say that? Whatever. Kuru Kolile. Okay, they pronounce the K differently, I believe. But forgive me, I'm not Hindu or Buddhist, right? Okay, forgive me. All right. It says, she is vibrant red, pulsating with the feminine power of enlightened activity, fusing our hearts with her capacity for sacred sorcery. Okay, to conjure and create, according to love's guiding wisdom, to receive the divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment. Certain karmic conditions that resonate at a lower frequency need to be cleared away. The lesson is to release to in order. The lesson is to release to receive. Sorry, in order to receive. Kuru Kali Kala Lay, I don't know, I give up, symbolizes a time of rapid movement on your life path and freedom to attract what you need and want. However, you must be willing to let go of negativity and that which does not belong in your world. All right. So I, briefly read over this earlier, and it was basically talking about that this form of Kalima can bring in the good and the bad at the same time. It's like she's using her weapons to be like, that's good, that's bad, I'll take this, but I don't want that. Okay, that's kind of like how I pictured it. So, when we talked about your last card in the center, that, yes, right on the bell there, the 10 of Swords in the right side up position, it's like, yes, put down your burdens, get your mental clarity, get the rest that you need, so then you can become more of this Kalima manifestation of being able to deal with negativity in a healthy way, even if it's outside of you, especially if it's outside of you too. Okay? All right. Now, wait, we have to do our little prayer, and then we'll go to your second one. Okay. So it says here, Kurokole, beloved goddess of attraction and submutation, I invite your sacred protection and wisdom to manifest in my life for the spiritual benefit of all beings. I open myself completely to life, held safely in the ruby red sanctuary of your being. Clear my path to true bliss, Jama. My heart dances with yours in happiness and grace now. May all beings be liberated joyfully into the blissful nature, Jama. Jama Kurokela. I'm struggling, but I tried. Okay. So beautiful. Yeah. I would just say, I think I already said it as far as that card, so I don't want to keep repeating myself. But let's go to your last one here really quickly. And this one's beautiful. I don't think I've seen this one before. This is a more softer side of Kalima. Okay, so here you see her as this blue goddess, and we've got all this orange and yellow in the background, and she's swimming right in the water. I don't know if those are lotus plants, but they look like lotuses, okay? So this is Kali Maha Maya. Kali Maha Maya is Kalima, the spiritual truth beneath all appearances, the healing wanting to be discovered in all experiences. In harmony with your higher self, she manifests the path upon which you can best learn, heal, and grow. She is unclothed, symbolizing wild, unconditioned authenticity. She is the empowerment to discard conditioning and judgments that we have worn. Okay? Cast off the fearful constraints others have imposed upon you. Connecting to your authentic being will attract healing, guidance, and divine grace to you now. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, this one is pretty self-explanatory as well. But yeah, it's talking about how the symbolism of our clothes is what society, suspects. Well, maybe they suspect. Suspects and expects of us, right? And to get down to the core of who you really are underneath all of those things, so you can get more healing and growth into your life. Okay. So remember to get back to you. And also, I know this isn't a tarot card. This is an oracle card. But anytime I see water, I think of the emotion. So getting more in touch with your emotions makes you more abundant as long as you're able to balance it, right? Know yourself. So here's a quick little meditation here for her. It says, Beloved Kalima Maya, you create the pathways for spiritual growth that benefit the soul. I honor your unconditional, wild, and loving nature. You provide what is needed to truly heal and outgrow suffering. May your compassionate wisdom and divine protection bless all hearts with the capacity to recognize and act with wisdom. And then it says, real quick, I open myself to receive, oops, sorry, wrong page. I open myself to receive guidance and revelation. I give myself time and patience to integrate, regroup, and adjust my course. I trust in the greater guiding wisdom of your play in my life. For the spiritual benefit of all beings, Jama Kali. Okay, so yeah, interesting. So yeah, guidance, revelation, but I like the three last words she said here. Sorry, the author said integrate, regroup, and adjust. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely the energy. The integrate and regroup and readjust could be definitely the energy of this Seven of Cups in the reverse, right? Of coming out of that dark night of the soul energy and now ready to take that cup, that emotion, that water, and be more clear about what makes you content and happy, okay? And if it, again, Scorpio, if it's not you, it could be the person you're dealing with, multiple people, a general environment situation. But yeah, always take it how it resonates for you. So those are your oracle cards this time, Scorpio. And that is your reading. Oh, my table. All right. I need a new table, but it works for now since I moved. But anyway, thank you guys so much for your patience since this video came out a little bit late, and for your views, for your energy, for your likes, and for your subscriptions. It is free. It's all free, right? So if you like this video, it's not only telling me, it helps the algorithms for YouTube so it can be shared with others. And if you want to subscribe, you just have to click on the bell icon on the bottom right. This is my right, so I think it's over here somewhere. Just look for the bell if you want to subscribe, and it just notifies you when I put out new videos. But yeah, I think I will be coming back tomorrow with Libra and going through the rest of the signs backwards. So if you want to join me then, you can. If not, that's okay too. But you guys take care, and I'll see you later. All right, bye.